Tune into Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the opening day of the second cricket test between South Africa and Zimbabwe at Bulawayo, South Africa, in their first innings, were 465 for the loss of 4 wickets at close of play today. With captain Wiaan Mulder unbeaten on 264, along with David Bedingham, who's batting on 15. Earlier, Wiaan Mulder, who replaces Keshav Maharaj as South Africa's captain, winning the toss and opted to bat first. They lost their first wicket for just 24 runs on the board, and the first wicket fell at 11. Tony Zizorzi was out after scoring 10 of 30 balls, hitting 2 fours, caught by Welsh off the bowling of Chivanga. And the second wicket fell at 24. Lesegio Sonakwini fell after scoring 3. He was legged before by Masakatsa. Then they had a brilliant third wicket partnership, putting on 184 of 219 balls between David Bedingham and Wiaan Mulder. David Bedingham contributed 82 and Mulder exactly 100 in that partnership that took South Africa's total to 208 in the 51st over, where David Bedingham departed after scoring 82 of 101 balls, hitting 7 fours, and he was legged before by Chivanga. Then South Africa have another huge partnership for the fourth wicket, 217 of 185 balls between Wiaan Mulder and Pretorius. Wiaan Mulder contributed 129 and Pretorius 78 in that partnership, which took total beyond 400. Fourth wicket fell at 425. Lhuan-dre Pretorius was the fourth man to go, scoring 78 of 87 balls, hitting 7 fours and 3 sixes, and he was caught by Masakatsa off the bowling of Matigimu. At close of play, South Africa have another partnership, 40 runs unbeaten partnership for the fifth wicket between Wiaan Mulder and Bedingham. Wiaan Mulder 24 and Bedingham contributed 15 runs in that partnership, and at close of play, South Africa were 465 for the loss of 4 wickets. They batted for 88 overs and scored their runs at 5.28 runs per over. Zimbabwean bowlers were very expensive. Blazing Muzarabani, 19 overs 4 maiden, 79 runs and no wicket. Tanaka Chivanga, 18 overs 3 maiden, 85 runs and 2 wicket. Kundai Matigimu, 13.3 overs 1 maiden, 77 runs and 1 wicket. Wellington Masakatsa, 28 overs 2 maiden, 152 runs and 1 wicket. Deon Mears, 2.3 overs 14 runs and no wicket, while Wesley Madware, 7 overs 47 runs and no wicket. Wiaan Mulder 264 not out as South Africa post 465 on the opening day. South Africa feasted on a largely toothless Zimbabwe attack, putting on 222 runs in just the final session. Wiaan Mulder marked his captaincy debut with a marathon unbeaten 264 as South Africa ran Zimbabwe ragged on hot opening day of the second test in Bulawayo. South Africa went into the stumps on a mammoth 465 for 4, the final session alone bringing them 222 runs. As dominant as South Africa were, Zimbabwe misfired tactics of bowling to spread outfield as early as after the first hour, with the fast bowler adopting a short ball ploy to Mulder and David Bedingham came under sharp focus. There were also a few missed opportunities that, in between that, contributed to the day's scoreline. The first one came when Mulder top-edged a pull on 91 with the ball landing between deep square leg and fine leg of Blazing Muzarabani. Then there was a grass opportunity at backward square leg by Wesley Madware of teenager Lhuan-dre Pretorius on 31 when he skied an attempting slog sweep of left-arm spinner Wellington Masakatsa. There was more frustration late in the day when Tanaka Chivanga clean bowled Mulder on 247 only for the joy to be short-lived as replays confirmed the bowler had overstepped to compound Zimbabwe's frustration. On 133 at tea, at tea interval, Mulder added 131 more in the final session as he climbed into Zimbabwe's tired spinners initially and then against the fast bowler who once again dished out bizarre short balls plan with the second new ball. And while Mulder made merry, Pretorius was equally enterprising in his bristling 87 of 78 ball before falling in the final session when a century was there for the taking. Looking to heave a length delivery over deep mid-wicket, he top-edged debutant Matigimu to Masakadza at mid-on just as the second new ball was taken, bringing an end to a 217 runs fourth wicket partnership. The prelude to the Mulder Pretorius partnership was another solid double century between Mulder and David Bedingham, who rode the early wobble in the first session, with the pair lifting South Africa from 24 for 2. Bedingham was compact in defense and steely in his resolve to not play loose drives in the first hour. Thereon, there were hardly any drivable deliveries on offer, thanks to short ball ploy. Bedingham was equally severe against a spinner, using his feet well to get fully forward or rock back to cut and pull. Mulder and Pretorius brought up half century's partnership of just 35 balls and then set themselves for a long haul. Bedingham was out against the run of play for 82 when a nip backer from Chivanga trapped him leg before, but any joy from the wicket quickly dissipated as Pretorius took charge, fresh off from barnstorming century in the first test. He looked unshackled as he took the attack to the spinners and fast bowlers alike, hitting 7 4s and 3 6s in his innings. Zimbabwe's only semblance of effectiveness came in the first half hour in an engaging passage with where the new ball did something. Tony Zizorzi was put down in the slips by Craig Irvine, but Zimbabwe didn't need to wait long for a wicket as he was out slashing to gully. When Nick Well took a leaping catch, then it was the turn of debutant Lesigo Senewakni to fall for three when he was out leg before attempting to paddle Masakatsa. Those moments of fleeting joy quickly dissipated as Zimbabwe was sent on a leather hunt for the rest of the day.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.